Wants Us to Be Fat book by Dr. Richard Johnson is a book about what causes obesity and how you can prevent yourself from getting to that stage before it's too late. Dr. Johnson presents a unique new hypothesis that believes that there is more to gaining weight than just eating more. Dr. Richard Johnson has been on the cutting edge of research into the cause of obesity for more than a decade. He is a practicing physician and clinical scientist and a world expert on sugar, and especially fructose, and its role in health. Let's look at some of the most important topics in the book now. In Nature Wants Us to Be Fat, Dr. Johnson presents a hypothesis that nature inherently wants us to be fat. He believes that thousands of years living in the wild under unpredictable access to food source has brought about genetic changes in our bodies that make it store energy as fat. Our rapid progress in the recent centuries, however, has provided us with enough food and constant access to energy sources. But the genetic adjustment is slow, and it will still take thousands of years living in excess to adjust to this new abundance. Until then, we must understand how nature works and how our body works. He presents the theory that due to lack of consistent access to food, our bodies have been designed to adjust to the sudden drop in food sources and go into an energy-saving mode, which he calls the survival switch. This is mainly powered by ingestion of fructose. But our modern diet has permanently fixed in the on position, where it becomes a fat switch, revolutionized the way we think about why we gain weight. And here's our review of the book. Dr. Johnson draws upon various observations from our development as a species over the millennia and how our genetic code got changed and written over those years. He dissects the conditions in which we survived as a species and how each of those battles for survival shaped our metabolic system. He also looks at various other surviving mammals and how they live and exist in the wild. He examines how their bodies turn on an energy-saving switch and how they can turn off the switch. What happens before the switch is turned on, and how is it that this fat switch is turned off? The author quotes extensive research to present his understanding on how we accumulate fat and then provides a solution to reverse these conditions based on actual data. For those who like to dig deep, he goes a step further that quoting research papers and explains each of the experiment in an easy-to-understand language and leaves it open to interpretation. He also warns you that his approach is just an hypothesis and the research data comes from experiments on animals in a lab. He understands that these may not be right 100% when it comes to humans, but he is confident that it holds true. For those who have never bothered to think about losing weight and are only just now worried about diagnoses like metabolic syndrome, diabetes, hypertension, and other lifestyle diseases, the book is an excellent resource to begin your journey to health the right way. The author compares various diets, their pros and cons, and which ones work the best. For those who have tried a few and dropped the ball only a few months later, the author proposes the switch diet that can keep you on track with little cravings and still help you achieve your goals. Author gives you concrete numbers about what is really bad, how much of what you can consume, and the best way to consume what you shouldn't if you must.